Hey Sweets fam, today I'm going to show you how I dip candy apples, chocolate covered strawberries, and chocolate covered donuts. So watch me work. You want to make sure that you clean your candy apples at least a day or two before you get ready to dip them. Once your candy apples are cleaned, you want to make sure they are completely dry and remove any sap and water from your apples. This is very important as it will cause bubbles to appear in your apples once you dip them if they are not completely dry. Also remember to remove any stems that may be sticking in your apple. Once I've dried all my apples, I'm now going to apply my wooden sticks into each candy apple. Once all of the wooden sticks have been applied, I'm now going to add my paper straws on top of each wooden stick. I like to color coordinate my paper straws to match whatever the theme is that I'm doing for my candy apples. For this theme, it's a white and silver or white and bling theme, so I'm using white and silver paper straws. Now that my candy apple mixture is ready, it's time to dip these apples. But first, I need to make the splatter that I'm going to apply to the apples. To do that, I'm using silver edible dust, and I'm going to add a little bit of lemon extract. Now that my mixture is ready, it's time to dip my apples, but I need to move them back first so I can give myself enough space. I like to dip my apples in a counterclockwise motion, one full time around in the mixture, shake off any excess mixture, and then I like to wipe the bottoms to make a clean, smooth bottom once I place my apples down on the silicone mat. This will allow for my apples to stand straight up and flat by wiping off the excess candy mixtures from the bottom. Sometimes I do stand my apples upside down, and it helps to keep any candy apple mixture from running at the top of my apple. Now that all of my apples are dipped, it's time to add the silver splatter. But first, I always like to make sure all of my candy apple sticks are standing up straight and in a row. I don't like any of my straws or my sticks leaning, so I do adjust my apples to make sure all of my candy apple sticks are standing up straight. And now I'm just taking the silver mixture that I made. I'm using a paintbrush, and I'm just tapping it a little bit to add a splatter to each apple. Tap, shake, whatever it takes to get the splatter on the apple. If your mixture gets too thick or if you're running low, feel free to add more lemon extract and continue to splatter. I think that's enough for now. Now I'm going to move my candy apples out of the way. See? Nice and pretty. So I can get ready to dip my chocolate covered strawberries. I kind of dip my chocolate covered strawberries with the same motion that I use to dip my candy apples, which is kind of like a dip and a swirl clockwise motion. Just want to make sure that your candy mix, your chocolate mix, I'm sorry, completely covers your strawberries. I don't like to have any strawberries showing at the top of my candy. Oh, I forgot to mention, you want to make sure that your strawberries are cleaned and completely dried before you begin to dip them in your chocolate. Water and chocolate does not mix, trust me. Once I have dipped all of my chocolate covered strawberries, I'm now going to start dipping my donuts. And because my strawberries were refrigerated, it won't take long at all for my candy to harden on my strawberries. Aren't these donuts beautiful? Oh, they look so delicious. So I don't have any special tools or anything special that I do to dip my donuts. I literally flip the donut upside down and then I put it in the chocolate, flip it right side up, and I put it back on my baker's wrap. That's it, and that is all. There may be some tools out there that you can use. You could probably use a fork. You could probably use a knife. But I just like to keep things simple. It can get a little messy, so make sure you're wearing gloves. And a little chocolate anywhere never hurt anybody. Let me wipe up this mess off my fingers. Because the mix that I made for my strawberries initially, I didn't feel like it was thick enough, and I can see some of the strawberry underneath my chocolate. So I'm going to re-dip all of my strawberries just so that the chocolate is thick and I don't see the strawberry underneath my chocolate. If my strawberries were still wet, I would not be able to do this. I would have had to place them in the refrigerator to dry. However, since I like to dip cold strawberries fresh out of the refrigerator, it helps with drying the strawberries much faster. Redipping these strawberries is also allowing me time for my donuts to get dry as well. Because remember, I'm going to add that same silver splatter that I added on my candy apples to both my chocolate covered strawberries and my chocolate covered donuts. See? Same mix, same splatter. I'm going to apply that to my donuts and my strawberries. And I'm also going to add a drizzle to each as well. There's no rhyme or reason, no perfect pattern that you need when it comes to adding your splatter. You can add a lot, you can add a little, go crazy, stay sane, whatever you choose to do. That's the great thing I love about adding this splatter, that you can do whatever you want to do with it. And it still has a nice, beautiful, elegant, unique look. Now I'm adding my drizzle to all of my donuts, and I'm going to add a drizzle to my strawberries as well. Definitely my favorite part of all of this. And voila, now you have it. Candy apples, chocolate covered strawberries, and chocolate covered donuts. I hope you enjoyed my video.